Yeah guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It is episode number 30 of the Realistic Career Mode. Massive win against the Blades in the last episode, sending us 4 clear at the top with 16 games to go today. Going to play for as many of these league games as possible, and we'll also see the draw for the last 16 in the FA Cup, and we'll play that too. By the way, Trent now putting in the bid, Arsenal now putting in a bid for Trent at Real Madrid, sending 1.5 mil. What is going on with Alexander-Arnold, man? I mean, at some point, surely we're going to try and bring him back. But he's the only right back Real Madrid have. I just checked. So why they're not extending that contract with him being one of the very best in the game? I don't know. Maybe he's angling for a move back to the Premier League. Maybe he's angling for a move back to Liverpool. Who knows? But we'll start this off with the draw. No, we won't. We've got Newcastle away first. And then we'll do the draw afterwards for the FA Cup last 16. So yeah, first game today is a massive one. It's the Magpies in third place right now. 7 behind us in the table. If they're going to make a run for a title race, they need to win this game. If we win this, we could possibly go 7 clear of Manchester City at least for 24 hours. So big game to start off with. The Magpies away at St James's. Come on, Liverpool. Kubo finds Rabiot. Oh, what a massive block by Levi Colwood. Out of all the signings we've made for this season, I think Colwood is possibly my absolute favourite man. He has been sublime in our back line. Yeah, he's giving away 2 or 3 pens, don't get me wrong, but he continues to grow and get better and better. As we're still tied at 0-0, but not for long. Ollie Watkins drills it past Alisson. And Newcastle are in front. Holding on to top spot right now with 16 to go is going to be a heck of an ask, even with no European football to cope with, due to the pressure of the teams below us in Man City and Newcastle. And this is an amazing Newcastle team, by the way, as well. 1-0 down, and already I'm starting to feel the nerves here. Yeah, square winning, mate. I've got Cody ahead of me. There we go. There we go. And nicely done. It moves her out wide. Cody back in. Keep running, keep running. Oh, really well done. Lovely build-up. Just couldn't offload to the final man at the far post, and Luis Diaz just really struggled to break Newcastle down. But they do have now, in my opinion, the best centre-half in the game in Ruben Diaz. He is just unbelievable. And in this game, he's just completely shut the door on me. As is the whole back line, to be fair. This could be 2, and it is. Rabiot drills it in, and the Magpies are cutting the gap to 4. This is going to be a very tense title race, and certainly 3 horses are going for it. Newcastle, Man City, and whilst we'll still be top, probably not for long, Liverpool still just about clinging on to top spot. I've just not had an answer in this game for Newcastle's back line. Purvis SDP now at left back has been brilliant at keeping Eze quiet, and then through the middle you've got the duo of Upamecano and Diaz, 2 of the best CBs in the game. I have not had an answer for this back line. Eddie Howe is building something here at St James's, and it's what you call security. They're going to get a massive, massive win. And can I just get a consolation? Something positive? No, maybe. No, Diaz is there again. All game long, man. Diaz and Upamecano. Absolute units of men. When you have a big loss like this, all you can do is just learn those lessons and move straight on. With 4 being so OP in career mode, I say this all the time, but it's completely true. You've got to make sure you don't have back-to-back losses when you're chasing a big objective like we are, which is the championship. Put it to the back of our minds, move straight on to the next one. As you get back to the main menu, you'll see Man City playing tomorrow can cut the gap to 1, but they are away at Old Trafford. So what we'll do is we'll advance through to Canada, because we'll not just see if they've cut it to 1, but also we'll see the draw for the last 16 in the FA Cup, where, here we go, we've been drawn against first in the Premier League. No, thank you, Manchester United, taking points off Guardiola's side in 1-1 draw. So we stay top by 3, but they still had a better goal difference record. The Cup draws us against... Oh, not them again. Round 2, baby. Glasgow, we're coming for revenge. Crystal Palace. It is a championship side, but it's top of the championship. But like I said, it doesn't feel like a championship team. It still feels like a Premier League side. But it's away, one-legged affair, of course. Crystal Palace in the last 16. Glasgow looking for double humiliation against me. Right, following game and a massive one. Merseyside derby as you welcome the Toffees to Anfield, aiming to stay top of the table and get back to winning ways here. Huge clash against our rivals. Don't forget the reverse fixture was the opening there, which finished 4-4. Hoping for more fireworks, most importantly, 3 points. Come on, Liverpool. Yeah, Ben have that. Yeah, well in, mate. And 4 to go. 18 years old now, so... Time to start kicking on, young man. This will roll through, Cody. And David Garcia is there. Good start from the kid. And again wins it back. He's solid, man. I say this all the time, but to me that is a missed trick from EA. They really should add upgrades into the game. Mackenzie's growing gradually, up one here, and everywhere. But it needs, you know, for a player like him and for youth players, this is why youth players don't get used as much. The growth is too slow. If they're absolutely flying at such a young age, at the top level like this as well, they should be given upgrades if it's warranted, you know, at least in my opinion. Anyway, Cody Gakpo standing over this ridiculous shot power he's got, so I'm going to try and lever this just like we did with Matheus Cunha against Crystal Palace all those years ago. We scored that sensational free kick back in Season 2, I think it was. Oh, just over. Yeah, like Mackenzie's case is a bit different, so I guess we can't really use him as an example. But if you look at certain players that, like, they come out of the academy at like 64, 65 overall, sometimes at best, and they're literally like in the Premier League, I don't know, a young midfielder, and they've got like, you know, 2 goals and 9 assists in their debut year at like 16, 17. It's like, well, maybe for next season they should be upgraded to like 77, 78 overall. Clearly, this is a wonder kid, and the EA are like, nope, just give him +3 for the growth of the season and that'll do. It's like, what? Come on. And then sometimes they'll even downgrade the potential, which is ludicrous, because he didn't play every Carabao Cup game you're in. It's like, yeah, that to me is, in my opinion, what EA desperately needs to look into, man. Because that, you know, you get upgrades and things like Ultimate Team, why not in career mode? Yeah, come on. As Eberechi Eze fires in the opener, Liverpool lead. Like, I feel like FM do a pretty decent job of like player growth over time. So sometimes they get it slightly wrong, but for the most part, there are so many tangible factors that either accelerate or decelerate a young player's growth in FM. Which, you know, I think is quite realistic, as well as just, you know, in my opinion, better. And by the way, for those, oh, Justin Kluivert, wow, look at that. Wonderful little hurdle there, like he was running the 200 metres. But, yeah, I have been asked, by the way, about FM lots and lots of times, and I've mentioned this before. If you don't follow me on Twitter, it's, or X as it's called now, it's at JonaDocks. I'm at JonaDocks everywhere. I highly recommend following me on the socials. My iMac just is, I'm scared if I start an FM save, it is going to break, because it's glitching out even on 2D. So that should tell you how precarious the situation is right now, and I have not got the money to buy a new machine. So yeah, for now, until my money situation improves, I can buy a machine. I think I probably would look at buying a gaming PC. I've never had one before. I've always used Macs. But, yeah, until I've got a little bit more money in the bank, whenever that may be, I'm too scared to start an FM save knowing, oh, referee, it might well be the end of my my iMac. Is that going to be straight red? It might well be. You know, he flew in there and took 2 men down, and no, it's just a booking. We'll take a free kick in a dangerous area. Curtis Jones to take. Got good technical ability. Whips one in, this should be 2. Oh, just over. Not quite as dramatic as the reverse fixture, but 2 extra points on the board. We'll take it. Most of our wins this season have came by a single goal. We're built on tight defence, and another game where that proves to be the success. 1-0 and we'll stay top. Yep, Man City matching our result. We remain clear by 3 points. 14 games to go. Destiny still in our own hands. Following game, though, massive one. First team to beat us this season. Only one of 3 teams to beat us this season. Leeds away at Ellen Road. Never an easy place to go. We know their team is fantastic. This is going to be an incredibly tough tie to get back-to-back wins in. Let's try and do it, though. Come on, Liverpool. Oh, by the way, on Konate, just for those curious on why his energy isn't going back up, I want to say a massive thank you to Jake on Instagram, who sent me a DM and said he had the same issue as me. And what it is it's a bug where if a player has had a red card and is suspended for a European game, but they can't clear the suspension because the team they're with aren't playing in Europe, like with us right now, then the player's energy will just basically never recover fully. It's a very strange bug. I looked into it online, and it seems as though quite a few people have had the same problem. It's a very rare bug, as you can imagine, but that seems to be the issue. So thank you to Jake on Instagram for that. And yeah, that clears it up. So from next season onwards, it's a wonderful build-up, by the way, and Cody Gakpo almost gave us the opener. from next season onwards, Konate should start to regain energy, so long as we do get back in Europe, which as things stand is looking incredibly likely. So yeah, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. And that explains it. What a bizarre buck. Very rare. I never had it before, but there you go. So second half underway. We're still tied at 0-0. You might notice in the goal updates now, it shows the player's first name instead of the second name and the surname, I should say. So that's kind of annoying now. Like there are certain players' first names where it's like, oh, you know who we're talking about. Like if it's an Erling, for example, I think you're going to guess who the scorer is. But when it's ambiguous, like a Ben, it's like, don't really know who we're referring to here. But there we go. It's another bug from EA to hopefully sort out in time. Lol. As Gakpo rolls it across, and Musa is denied by Melier. Another good stop by the Frenchman. And still tied at 0-0. 31 minutes to go. Can we find a winner? Or are Man City, as things stand, probably going to cut the gap to 1 point? No. Oh, no. Joshua Zirkzee with the opener. This is such a good Leeds team. And Daniel Farke's side get the opener with 17 minutes to go. I've said this before, though. Like, I love it when the AI actually build a decent team. This is such a cool Leeds team, man. It's really strong. And it's got excellent class throughout. Leeds in front, and they're looking to complete the season sweep and win back-to-back. I don't know why it's so hard for the AI to build good squads. Granted, not every team should be built brilliantly because, you know, it's not realistic. You know, some teams do lose their identity over time. Some teams do, you know, get built poorly, you know. And it results in implosion. Tell you what, you should listen to Peter Crouch talk about his years at Stoke in his final year when, as Musa is denied by Melier, the team kind of shifted. They lost their identity a little bit. And they brought in some players with good technical ability, but not good enough, what you call mental fortitude, if you will. It's a great listen. I love his podcast. But, yeah, I don't know why. Like, it's such a rarity for a team to be built well. This Leeds team is built really well, though, as they look to close this out. Diaz, is he on? I think he is. Luis Diaz! Come on! Massive goal in front of the away end of Ellen Road. Liverpool snatch a point of the death. And it's the Colombian to the rescue once again. Oh, massive. Absolutely massive. It's not a win. It's only 4 points taken from a possible 9 in our last 3 Premier League games. But sometimes you just got to know when to take the draw and be pleased with it. From a goal down to level it with the final kick of the game, yeah, I'm taking that. Especially away at Ellen Road against a really solid Leeds team. That is a good point in my opinion, and it keeps us top. And just before that Nottingham Forest game, I think we're going to see the Carabao Cup winners as well, or is that going to be the tomorrow game? Oh no, it's tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're Saturday, of course we are. So, right, 4 point gap. Did Man City... Oh no, yeah they did, they lost. And so did Newcastle. Oh, thank you very much, Aston Villa and Spurs. So that means that we are 4 clear with 13 to go, and 7 clear of Spurs, who have now leapfrogged Newcastle and gone into 3rd. But this title race is far from finished, man, and we need to get on a winning run. Starting right here, Nottingham Forest, following game at Anfield. Good chance here to get a big 3 points, and we could really do a big win in the process as well. Come on, Liverpool. Speaking of podcasts, I listened to a really good one on the Peter Crouch podcast with Jermaine Janus. Jermaine Janus, ex-England international, came through the Nottingham Forest Academy. It's a wonderful goal, that, as Musa makes a 1-0. Wonderfully worked move there. And Jermaine Janus talked, when he first burst on the scene in Nottingham Forest today, a fresh-faced, baby-faced teenager who was such a promising young talent. He mentioned how he basically, I think he rented a flat, like a penthouse flat, opposite the City ground, over the River Trent, and he'd say like a few hours before kickoff, as the fans started to gather a little bit before before kickoff, he'd go, yeah, I'm gonna tear this place up come 3 p.m. I listened to that, I was like, can you imagine how cool that would be? That's like main character vibes and then some, man. People gathering around the stadium, the Coliseum, where you're gonna go and absolutely tear it up as a teenager in a few hours time. How cool must that be, man? Seriously. How cool must that have been, I should say. One of those I'm him moments, you know. As Gakpo finds Robertson, lovely build-up again, and it's 2. And Liverpool are going to return to winning ways, even just 22 minutes in. 2 goals up early. What a start at Anfield. Diaz's corner, headed in, and Gakpo finally gets a goal. After a little mini goal drought, he's back on the score sheet. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win in the Golden Boot now. It's going to be hard to stay in the race with Cody, but his red-hot start slowed down a little bit. But I need to get him scoring consistently again if we're going to start winning consistently as well. These points are in the bag though, even at the break. We're 3-0 up at half-time. No. Oh, man. It's always so frustrating, man. One of my biggest pet peeves in FC when I've defended fine all game long, been in complete control, and then I throw away a clean sheet like that. And even more frustrating, no, with how tight this title race is, it may well come down to goal difference. Every goal counts. Still, what's most important of all are the dubs, the victories, and it is a return to winning ways here at Anfield, a 3-1 victory over Nottingham Forest. So we'll stay top of the table, and I think Man City are playing tomorrow, I think. We've got the Palace game in the Cup. No, we're the early kickoffs. They're playing this afternoon against Luton. We've got the Palace game in the Cup in the week. So we'll do one quick advance in the calendar here, and we'll see who won the Carabao Cup final. Was it Crystal Palace or was it Bournemouth? It was Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, the championship side, overcome Bournemouth. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better about my bottle job. But annoyingly, it means that Palace will be in great form heading into that FA Cup last 16. Palace, the second tier side, first team. Man, I'm not even going to try and think, because I don't know who the first team was to win the Carabao Cup. Oh, they've gone 6 clear in the league as well. It's all coming up Millhouse. 6 clear of Man City. 8 clear of Newcastle. And 9 clear of Spurs on the back of, well, Newcastle won. Where's Man City's game? Oh, they drew 1-1 with Luton. And where's Spurs? Spurs were held by Everton as well. Gone further clear at the top. And now we take on the Carabao Cup winners, Crystal Palace, in the FA Cup last 16. Oliver Glasner's side right now on one in the second tier. Yep, so I just looked this up. Last time it was done, 1991. Sheffield Wednesday beating Manchester United in the EFL Cup final. There you go. Crystal Palace now have got the reputation of being the cup killers. They knocked us out of the EFL Cup in the semis, and they won the final being a challenger side, and now they take us on in the last 16 at Selhurst Park. Flashbacks heading into this game here on the back of our 1-0 loss to them in the first leg of the semi. Let's put it right tonight and make the quarters. Come on, Liverpool. Like I said, this team feels like it's a Premier League side. It's top of the championship right now. It should be going back to the Premier League. So you do have to take it. I wouldn't say take it with a pinch of salt, but it's not like if it was my boys Millwall getting the win as Mo Salah on his comeback game. 3 months out of an injury. Shows there's still life in those old bones yet. Mo with the opener. Also, I'm sure I'll save this for another video, but sometimes I do wonder, can I still say we when referencing Millwall? Can I still consider myself a fan, even though I haven't gone to a game in a few years now? I've always been a little bit wary of that tagline. Fan versus supporter, or just someone with casual interest. It's hard to say nowadays, but as a kid, I was about as big of a Millwall fan as you can get. By the way, for those curious, Millwall did go to the FA Cup final in 2004. I know I've told this anecdote before, but for those that may not have been born back then, it was 20 years ago now. Yeah, Millwall went to the FA Cup final back in 2004 in Cardiff when the new Wembley was being built, and we lost 3-0. Got beat 3-0 by Manchester United in the final. But still, great memories. Great memories. Well, it's not been the best of games, but in cup football, goal difference does not matter. So 1-0 all the way will do me fine. And Crystal Palace, the Giant Killers, the cup set kings, have been knocked out. Glasner, I ain't letting you do it to me again. Thank God for that. So, we'll go back to the main menu because directly afterwards we'll see who we've got in the quarters with obviously the last 16. Mentioned before, for those who don't follow English football very closely, from the last 16 onwards, there's no replays. It's all the ties played on either the Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday night, and then the draw is done directly afterwards. So, in the last day, we'll be taking on... Oh, one of the toughest games we could have had. Lost to them in today's episode opener, Newcastle away at St James's. That is going to be an incredibly tough game to get through to keep our silverware dreams alive. And when is that game as well? It's like, oh, we could squeeze that in today, you know. Could squeeze that in today. I'm going to squeeze that in today. We might end on that one today. But yeah, I'm going to squeeze that one in today. So we'll play the following 2 league games and then we'll probably end on that cup quarter-final. Right, following game, Brighton at home on the Sunday. Again, right now 6 clear at the top. But if we are to stay top, we'll need to keep on winning. We've got a bit of separation, but you can't rest on your laurels when you've got a team like Man City hot on your heels. Big game following on Brighton at home. Come on, Liverpool. Oh, no, Mukoko. Pegs it inside. Oh, great save, Alisson, and fisted away for a corner. Still 0-0, 26 minutes in. Man, I don't know. That Newcastle game, psychologically, knowing it's coming away at St James in the cup quarter-final, that's already made me feel nervous for it. And I've still got 2 league games to come before it. You know, I know what's ahead. That's the thing. Like, I got to focus on the task at hand, but it's hard to do that when you know the difficult task that's ahead as well. Still 0-0 here, and struggling early doors against the Zerbi side here. Opening goals coming. And what a huge block that is by Levi Colwill. Yeah, I've really struggled in this one. Still tied at 0-0. But if someone's going to score, it's going to be Brighton. Alisson once again flying to my rescue like Superman. As we're still deadlocked, but it's only going to be a matter of time at this rate. I'm struggling. I'm penned. And at the moment, had it not been for the vet between the sticks, we would be at least 1 goal down. No reason why we can't win this against a run of play, but if we get a chance, we've got to take it. And we just haven't had one all game long. Eberechi to McKenzie. Keep running. Or don't, that's fine. Jones spinning out of control, just about keeping it. As McKenzie hits Gakpo. Oh, what a ball! Someone on the end of this, please! Oh, Musa just didn't get enough power behind it. Only chance of the game. What a little slip through ball by Cody Gakpo. McKenzie pegs it across and Musa just doesn't catch it cleanly as Carl in the end makes what is quite a simple save. As I think Brighton are going to cling on to a point. It's a clean sheet, we'll take that, but only real chance we've had to win it. Just couldn't keep my composure. Yeah, tough game that. Really, really tough game. And to be fair, whilst it is 2 points dropped no matter how you look at it, had it not been for Alisson, I would have lost that game there. Could have won it in the end, could have lost it during the game. In the end, it's neither. Just a point. And look at the table post-game as well. We do have a game in hand on a couple of teams, but I would still say any of the top 6 could be champions. And if it's going to be us, we need to go on a winning run between now and the end of the season. Following game, Middlesbrough to Riverside. Come on, Liverpool. I don't know who you'd pick as favourites right now. Probably Man City, even though we are still in pole position. With the team they've got, the depth they possess, their track record, their pedigree, I think you probably still consider them favourites, even with us leading the way. But if we win our remaining games, easy said and done, of course. Oh, what a ball! Then we will be champions. Yunus Musa gets, I think, his first for the club. What a ball into the middle. Liverpool lead early. McKenzie to Curtis. Now he's A. Oh, it's got to be 2. Oh, what a brilliant save on Luis Diaz. 6 minutes after the restart. And whilst our defence being our main asset, when we do take a lead, we feel confident we'll see the game out. A 2-goal lead will all but do it. Oh, and it could have been right there. And it... Oh, what a save. What a clearance off the line by Isaiah Jones. Still leading by 1, but surely that second goal is coming. Alisson to Curtis, nods on to Ben as we're almost there. Gakpo, McKenzie is onside. Brilliantly held up. Game over. McKenzie having a solid debut season, as is this man, and Eberechi Eze wraps it up. Liverpool returning to winning ways and staying top of the table. Huge win at the Riverside Stadium. This desperately needed it. We've got it. Big 3 points in the bag. Right, let's do one more. Our final game today, and possibly the biggest since we've been here. FA Cup quarter-final away at St James's. Lost here in the episode opener in the league. And if we want to keep our domestic double dreams going, we need to avenge our demons to get a massive victory here and make Wembley for the first time since joining our new team. A huge game, possibly the biggest game since we've been here. To close today's episode off out, Newcastle United against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final at St James's. Kubo runs into a couple of Liverpool players as we'll win it back and go down his left-hand side here with Andy Robertson. Diaz, Gakpo, Musa, Cody. Oh! Took it on early, hits the post, and oh, Robertson. Curtis Jones bends one, and Trubin gets two strong gloves on it and turns it behind for a corner. Woodwork rattled, good stop, still 0-0. And as things stand, this is set for a very, very tight contest. Colwell to Robertson. Nice ball through the middle. Come on. Cody Gakpo, red hot start of this season, but it seems to happen to me every single year. I'm doing a career mode save, like every single season. My main striker, oh, he's off to an amazing start, 10 goals in 12 games, and then bang, really inconsistent numbers, but, oh, has he come up big in some big games. Liverpool lead, and it is our top scorer, Tarina. Holds off Boubacar. Batman, Bournemouth icon, but not in this save, in the FM save. Looking to receive it back off Harvey Barnes, instead it goes to Ravela. As we're still leading by one, defensively being really solid. Not for the first time this season, it won't be for the last as well. And that means we can keep this up for the remaining half an hour. Book your ticket, we're heading to Wembley. Musa. Ize. Well held up from Diaz. Oh, it's a lovely build-up. Yes, come on! Curtis Jones doubles the lead, and Liverpool are surely heading to the final for wonderful, patient build-up. Patiently looking for the opening and then delivering when it's played into Jones. Woeful celebrations, but Curtis Jones, the hometown hero, has probably sent us to Wembley. Well, you know that old saying, there are no losses in life, only lessons to learn. We were beaten 2-0 by Newcastle in the episode opener. Massive defeat, a massive blow in the race for the title. But we end today's episode off by beating them 2-0 at St James's and make it through to the FA Cup semi-finals. A huge way to close today's episode off as our domestic double dreams remain alive, and we'll see who we've got at Wembley in the final four, and it may well be the Gunners, it may well be Brighton, or it may well be the Owls, Sheffield Wednesday, the only EFL side remaining in the final four. Here we go, it's going to be in the FA Cup semi-final. Arsenal. I would say out of all three, the toughest we could have faced. It doesn't get easier. So that'll do it for today's episode of the Realistic Career, guys. Big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like. And much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one, which I believe will be the penultimate episode of Season 4. We'll have most of our remaining 10 games in the league right now. 4 clear of Man City and having a game in hand as well, and a chance to pull away in the race for Premier League title. And I'll also make sure to include that FA Cup semi-final taking on Arsenal as our domestic double dreams remain very much alive. Come on, Liverpool. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Realistic Career Mode very soon.